What up, fam? Welcome to the TTTT Extra podcast. My name is Kevin Minor. I'll be your host for today. And in studio, I am here with Nani.
Mariam Bishar, of course.
And Tom Daktari.
Wadau niaje?
Si tuko fiti?
Okay,
mimi niko sawa, wacha niseme.
No, niko fiti, can't complain honestly.
Yeah. Kila mtu anajiongelelea.
Yeah.
But tuko sawa vile tumeonana tukajua.
All is well.
Amazing. So guys, on this episode leo tunataka tuongelee receiving your flowers. Mimi nimekuwa nikisikia watu wakisema, hey, you should be given your flowers while you're still here.
Yes.
There's this thing where we have witnessed ambapo people are being given their flowers after they're long gone.
Yes.
And I was reading something written by Benjamin Zulu Global. Alikuwa amesema the dead receive more flowers and donations than the living because guilt is stronger than gratitude.
Yes.
And you have seen so many cases of this.
Yes. But see, one thing mimi husema, if you don't expect to get the same attention utapata ukisha kufa na ile yenye uko alive. As in, lazima ukufe ndio watu wakuje kwa mazishi.
But
yeah, sure, like if ni kama tuseme
hawezi pata mazishi kama bado uko alive.
Mazishi yake ilikuwa na watu hizo nini I wish angekuwa alive aone hiyo aingekuwa you see it must lazima mmoja aende ingine ikuje.
Which is true, but mbona tunangoja like for example the donations, the flowers. There's another quote that says most men will receive flowers for the first time at their funeral, right?
100%.
Mbona when people are living atuko like bro lisama uko down kidogo wacha nikutumeka kitu, or I really like you, let me send you flowers, literal flowers, ama let's nikusaidia na business, let me share, leave alone congregate to. I don't think we appreciate people enough. Iyo kitu ya guilt is what greater than gratitude.
Yes,
because you'll say mine ntamwona next week, next month, ntampigia no, you know, we
yes.
keep postponing things. Alafu the guilt now when someone is no longer there, that's what's overwhelming. How do you like, okay, now I need to show up and make up for all the times that I didn't show up in this person or in this person's life.
Yes.
And now you're overcompensating. Pesa, flowers, nana, everything, social media.
Time.
It's
Plus,
overcompensation. Siatini, the way of life, I think.
Part of me na feeling nika watu hujua tu he's not a threat anymore.
What?
Well, because people
Yes.
don't appreciate you when you're here because of that. There's even like envy. Unajua, there's envy, jealousy, but I want to call it envy. Ile yenye unaona umse akona vitu but mi sina hata sta acknowledge already akona he's acknowledged enough by what he has.
So I can't say like
and then when
you
you're
have talent
dead,
or you're good at your job or
people can't say that. And then when you pass on ndio watu wanasema akiuyu enyewe alikuwa na talent, wacha ni admit alikuwa na talent.
You see even
it's a chance now, you can do it without the
yeah now you can be
of
like
the existence.
hayuko
You can acknowledge the talent. Oh gosh.
Sai hakuna kitu atafanya hata. So I think also you see people find the positive thing when you quit. Is it quitting? When you leave.
Yes.
They find that positive thing. They leave the negative. Like if today you are a great thief, you see, they are great thieves. They are thieves, yeah. if today
you're a great thief,
yes.
kuna wezi na
Wacha
kuna
yes. So if you are
the Parliament of Kenya. Anyway,
if you are and today everyone is saying, hey, huyu jamani mwizi, yani uni bure huyu, yani huyu jamani mwizi sana. Everyone ukiwa alive, that is what they say. Aya toka. Wataanza kuona na ukiiba hii pesa ulikuwa unapeleka wapi? Kwa sababu aliiba ndio lakini alikuwa anasaidia watu. Alikuwa anaiba lakini anapeleka hii pesa kwa watu ambao hawajiwezi. So I think people find the positive things, wanachukua wanaenda. Also I have seen blame games that happens after someone leaves. You know, wanakuja wanasema bana nani hakukuwa, wewe usikaribie bana hapa, usikaribie hapa, wewe haukukuwa akiwa alive, wewe haukujitokeza.
The flip side, the negative side of that sasa ni history sanitizing people, because the flip side of appreciating people when they're gone is pia kuna kusanitize sana.
Yes.
Unajua tu mtu, they brought nothing but harm to the world, but lazima people will sing their praises day and night. I'm like, why can we just be honest? Who you were in life is who you'll be in the after. Can we just be honest? Kama ulikuwa mtu mbaya hakuna haja kukam kusema najua she was difficult to deal with, but kwa roho alikuwa just be honest. And we do that a lot with politicians, with leaders, with people of stature, so to say. Hey, watu wanakuwa wasafi. You could be Hitler. I'm sure atakuwa mazishi ya Hitler watu waliongea vizuri sana.
Wanaweza sifu.
Nasema alikuwa mbaya lakini
kuna kitu
ukiangalia hiyo structure.
Lakini the way he loved his wife. I love his works of you couldn't touch them, you know.
May I think if you leave, you know, usi watu wasikuwe wana force kukua, let's be good to them because now they are gone. If you kama huyu mtu uko una like if I didn't like you and you leave it, it's okay. There are people I like. Akienda mimi nita because everyone has their own people.
True.
You know, it's like forcing. Like if you for example, I don't want to use the names. There's a lot of fight on TikTok, for example. If you say anything sahi, so unangoja ikul kwanza, but nataka kusema hivi, mtu akitoka, if you are not my friend, you know, na labda kuna watu walikuwa wanakujua, wacha hao watu walikuwa wanakujua wasifail kuingiza huyu mtu akujui, wamforce tu ati huyu jamaa anajifanya nini, sio rafiki huyu, hakutokea kusema sijui nini, huyu hakufanya, like for example when it's a strong fight I might pick here.
Go for it.
Wakati mlikuwa women I'll say women because ndio ilikuwa walikuwa na fight sana hii kitu ya
femicide.
Yes it is. Ili happen that wameenda wamefanya hivi, but wakati Pasaris alijoin, si amejoin, ati amejoin, sasa wameanza kumpiga sasa.
Ni kweli.
Ati sasa walikuwa wanasema tunaomba mbona serikali ya irespond, mbona serikali iko hapa na sisi, sasa serikali ikakuja, wewe mbona unakuja, kwa nini unakuja saa hii?
Let me give context. Pasaris the day before that, not the day before, like that week before the march, had made some very color statements about the femicides that were happening. So it's clearly ana change too tide vile anaona songa. When you see 10,000 women have come out in Nairobi, you know you're on the wrong side with your tweets.
But
so you try and find yourself now on the right side by coming to join the women whose work you spoke against. You know, it's very odd. Like, that's why, again, politicians, be very careful about how they move. Equal sanitize. Because you see, that's how she'll get away with it. She came for the march. She was anti-femicide. But before that, what was her stance? And you know that's the original one. Before you have public opinion to sway you, who you are is your initial reaction. You see a case, unasema wanawake be careful as opposed to our women are dying, what's the issue? That's the same thing we do. We start now sanitizing you and saying mtu mzuri this and that, but pia kuna clout, because I assure you the case you didn't want to talk about earlier, kuna watu wengi wame show up for that person for the clout. I didn't even know TikTok inalipa. Okay, TikTok ulipa watu vizuri. I just didn't know how well.
They do.
Wanalipa. Hizo ma gifts watu wanatumiwa wakiwa on TikTok live.
But that
they make good money.
But the effort,
But
exactly. They must tap. You
work for it.
You'll
the whole day.
People are now going to funerals so that people can tap.
Meshikilia maembe.
Yes.
No, pay of $400. That's $525 however much.
Like it's like you've tried this, by the way.
Fana.
Kwa sababu sasa unajua hadi hiyo amount.
Hadi $500.
Misoma. But actually, I would go on and do something fun on live, you know, but ikutafuta clout na maisha watu wengine. So that people can send you a mango.
But also, I think personally, if you are not, for example, naweza kuwa sikujui, naweza jua kuwa sijui mtu, but nione huyu mtu ame lakini kuna shida, kuna doi inahitajika. Mimi kama mtu labda nimebarikiwa, naweza sema ni aje tasaidia kidogo. So mtu atatokea aseme mbona unamsaidia saa hii? Mimi nimeona tu anateseka. Okay, tusipomsaidia basi atasimama, ataifanya. Okay, tunyamaze tuseme sasa kwa sababu hatukukuwa akiwa live. Haya basi
wacha to watch.
Labda if we did not like labda this person, labda situkuwa tunamjua, labda hatukuwa tunapenda vile anadu, but this one has nothing to do with sasa yuko
right. It's beyond nikawa tu vile, because the same thing, like you see someone being because for example we saw Chira's burial and he was a guy who was you know, online alikuwa anapigwa kabisa.
Yes.
Until he passes on and people walikuwa shocked. Politicians for the first time walikuwa na tumehata campaign opportunity hapa. Kwa sababu hadi unaona hiyo congregation wanasema how can we make it there on time?
And they are recording.
Na ni ma TikTokers, content creators. Tunaenda live huko. So I think it's that thing of, like you said, ile stuff. There's something about the human nature. Ukiona mtu ako low, and especially there's that thing, of course, when they die, it's like beyond. It's like, ikitu ilikuwa serious. Umse, of course, alikuwa joker, but ikitu ilikuwa serious. Or when you see someone quitting or doing low, there's that thing is like, you know, hata kama tulikuwa tunamchukia, or there was a level of envy, ako place enyewe, hata si tukimsaidia, we'll feel good about ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that's what happens with the flowers thing. And someone is there, they're doing well, their time, they're shining, but no one is acknowledging what they're doing.
Yeah.
Until they die and you realize, wow, it was serious. And it reminds you, it sort of reminds you the essence of life. Like it's beyond.
It's to also remove that, the guilt, that burden of guilt from yourself, because you feel terrible for the envy you had.
Yes.
You feel terrible for the ways you didn't show up for them. You feel terrible for the things you said. Hizo zote, and now it's time to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, nilijipata juzi nikiwa mashinani. Nikiwa huko Machakos, niliingia mahali nikaona mtu sijui. Hapo kwenye nilikuwa sijui, si nyumbani, so sijui, I don't know anyone. So I see a woman amebeba mtoto. Anagonga kwa dirisha. So mimi sinajiambia, I don't have cash, of course. Kama sina cash sitamsaidia. Kwa sababu of course hapa ni huko ni ushago. And then ninashukisha, ananiambia, nataka uniweke some place, you know, ni bebe nifikishe hapa. Me, I don't know you. Like mimi niko willing kukusaidia, but I don't know you. Paka najiambia ningekuwa na pesa hapa, ningempea atafute vile ataenda
ama mata ama something,
Yes, but siwezi same fika tu nimesimama tu mtu ameniambia ni bebe ni kubebe. I don't know. So nikiwa hapo juu tu nikienda najiambia, Mungu hapo sasa ingekuwa sana vile wanasemanga Mungu anatuma in different ways.
Aki, those situations are so tricky.
Labda sasa ni Yesu sasa tena.
Kwanza mama na mtoto daktari.
You saw me.
Mama na mtoto. Na umewacha kwa barabara, honest. No, but I get you. The world is so...
food and you did not feed me.
I don't know. Mimi ni kama tu Nairobi tu mtu hapa akwambie umeshuka tu anakuambia niaje nifikishe umjui.
Huyo ni Yesu.
Umjui.
So there's a lady, I think labda mnamjua, a certain Asian lady, bypass zote amepitia ye kwanga na paso na amepaka hapo, mafuta imeisha, unaweza nitumia kitu, I ran to the petrol station nipate mafuta. She's run that scam on every major bypass in I met her Langata Road. I've had people have interacted with her Eastern Bypass. Wengine huko Parklands. Yani hakuna mahali hajapeleka hiyo scam. And she's an old lady. She's not a young lady. Yes. Grey hair. Asian, so the last person you would suspect. So I get you why you'd be like,
yes,
hey, I see you, I see the baby, but
I don't know how. I might not help.
It puts you in a tricky situation.
Nitatafuta cash sahi. Nikiona siwezi kusaidia nitatoa shika.
Na unasema God.
Akwambie hata it's not about the money.
Nipeleke hapa
pale. Unajiambia
you're being tested.
Ili niuma the guilt sasa ndio nilipata nikiwa hapo juba nikajiambia no, I'm not. Nishaamua naenda. Wacha niende. Mimi nikipata mtu najua atasaidia, but sasa huyu sijui from but hata mtu sijui naweza msaidia, sasa ningemsaidia na pesa. But kumuingiza hapa tukae hapa
tena. Hauna kama mobile money mahali.
Sasa hapo ndio shida sasa. Hata do isiko kwa simu. Na kutumia ni namba yangu. Na kutumia na namba yangu.
Tumeshaanza kukua kwenye.
Sasa
already I'm exposing.
You just want
upeane namba yangu sasa tena.
The risk exposure.
That's fair.
What you're trying to do is help them and avoid contact.
I actually think that would be a great feature, a way to send money without exposing your ID. Your phone number, even at supermarkets, because me have been kuna mtasha nipigia simu akiniambia I'm like hello how are you? When someone is just, not going anywhere. So I'm like, how'd you get this number? And they're like, I was behind you in the supermarket. Nilikuwa nyuma yako kwa line. Na alisikiza na kashika.
Na ukamwachilia hivyo?
Sasa what do I do?
hiyo akili
You never
unachilia
know.
iende hivyo.
Wanatuma hivyo.
Can you imagine?
That is so strange.
Sikiza namba na anakram
That is so strange.
na anakupigia
Because
boldly.
nilikuwa hapo tu mbele yako, mbona ungeniambia hi, how are you? Why couldn't you have said that? You were 10 meters from me. Ulishika namba na unipigia. Anyway, the world is a
So you want to
Tough
show you
school.
a skill. Anyway,
Mbona in memory.
Anyway.
point here is give people flowers while
Yes.
they're still here.
Yes.
Let them know how much
You appreciate them.
because you put the envy aside, put all the jealousy aside, show up for them when they're still here, because recent events have taught us people are watching. You know, and
Always.
if those people that we are laying to rest were here, it would have been a different story. That's from us on this episode of the Trend Extra podcast. I'm happy to have been here and join these OGs on this episode.
It's a good one.
Interact with us wherever you're listening, on Spotify, Nation.Africa, and TV. Wherever you're listening to us, interact with us. Tell us what you love about this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.